So some of the topics that we'll be discussing today is how do real estate agents get paid? How much do realtors cost? Who pays the realtor's fee? How much do realtors pay their brokerage? How much money do realtors make per year? Why do realtors charge so much? And can a listing agent represent both the buyer and the seller? Stay tuned to the end of this video to find out and more. Hey real estate enthusiasts, my name is Amarin Madrid Hernandez and welcome back to the channel where we decode the secrets of the housing hustle. Today we're diving into a question that often lurks in the shadows. How do real estate agents actually get paid? I found this article from greatcoloradohomes.com that's going to help me break this down to you. But before we dive into deeper, make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell to stay up to date with all the channel's updates. Let's dive deep right away into the article. Real estate agents get paid at closing based on their sales commission derived from the sales price of the home. So it's not about what the house was listed at, it's about whatever the house was sold at the closing table. Listed for $150, sold at $175, the commissions will be cut through the $175. The agent's fees are negotiated between the seller and the seller's agent before listing the home, then documented in the listing agreement contract. The seller's agent offers a percentage of the commission to the buyer's agent for bringing the buyer. So that's typically how our commissions are split up and how we work together to ensure a successful transaction. The typical sales commission is about 5 to 6% of the home sales price. If you're a real estate agent, you know what I'm doing. That's what they said, not me. The commission is divided between two agents at the closing table. If the deal doesn't close, the agents do not get paid on both sides. And it's even a little more interesting when you're on the seller's side, because when you are the seller's agent, you are more than likely going to find yourself in situations where you're going to have to invest up front in order to get the home sold, whether that be in marketing expenses, staging expenses, photography, whatever the case may be. Now let's get into the skinny. How do realtors get paid? There are typically two agents for every real estate transaction. The listing agent that represents the seller and the buyer's agent that represents the buyers. In most transactions, the real estate commissions for both sides are paid by the seller. The seller will convey how much they agree to pay both agents in their listing agreement. It's common for this amount to be a percentage of the sales price. A fixed rate and flat rate commissions are also typical these days, but usually more or less saved for special occasions or creative financing. The listing agent will advertise the buyer's agent's commission on the MLS. The MLS listing acts as an agreement between the sellers and the buyers, and the relationship is referred to as a co-op. So when the listing goes up live on the MLS will have small data and information regarding the listing. But most importantly, what we're talking about here is the agent's commission. The agent's commission will be posted on the MLS, so that way there is no miscommunication about commission cuts. Fixed rate and flat fee commissions are typical, but those are typically paid out by the buyer. If you can get a seller to pay out your flat fees, I want to meet you. After closing, part of the commission goes to the seller and part to the buyer agent. Neither agent gets paid until the home sale is finalized, when we're at the closing table and all sales are final, all documents turned in. Here's a quick visual breakdown of how money flows through the real estate transactions with the agents involved. The sales price of a $500,000 home and the commission percentage of 6% is only used as a reference. So here we have a diagram. We can go ahead and dive deep into it. Like we said before, has nothing to do with the price that it was listed at. It has everything to do with the final sales price. So if the house went to the closing table and sold for $500,000 and your commission is 6%, if we do the math, 6% of $500,000 is 30 grand. That's the total commission. Now, 6% is $30,000. That's what we have in the bag, but that doesn't go directly to our pocket. It has to go through a process before it hits our pockets. Let's go down the list. 30,000 is what we've got so far before splits. Now let's go down to the other side of the listing agent side of the commission split. So now that 15,000 gets put down the list and it goes straight to the brokerage. Now the brokerage takes their cut, which is 30%. You are left with 70% of that 15,000, leaving you $10,500. This is your final pay cut right here. Now, if we go to the buyer's side, 15,000, brokerage takes their cut, their 30%, and you're left with the 70%, basically the same thing. But that's how the structure goes. Now, let's continue. How much do realtors charge? Real estate agents' commissions vary from city to city. In Colorado Springs, real estate agent fees average 6% of the purchase price. In Denver, they average 5.8% of the listing price. Now, as real estate agents, there are some things that we can't really discuss or generalize, like real estate commissions. We cannot normalize that. Speak to your local representatives in whatever state that you're in. Speak to real estate professionals if you want to find out more. Speak to a real estate agent in your preferred area. If you're looking to find out more about commissions, I suggest you call around and try to find your best price. You take it from there. It is important to note that there is no set commission split for realtors. Exactly. We can't say that there is a set commission split. We can't say any of that. Some listing agreements will have a fixed flat rate. Some listing agreements will have a fixed rate or a flat fee commission. Realtor fees can be negotiated and structured in many different ways. Some homes require very little work to sell, while others may take months of preparation and legwork. Rarely are any two real estate transactions the same. It's up to the seller and the listing agent to agree upon both parties' fees. Who pays the realtor commission? Historically, the seller will pay all of the real estate commissions for both sides of the transaction. This system has been in place for decades, and it's being challenged in federal court right now. Actually, yes, it is. It's being challenged. That's an understatement. Looking at you, Keller Williams. At the closing table, a breakdown of the fees for both the buyer and seller will be presented. This is referred to as the settlement statement. The statement will show the agreed upon real estate commission as well as the closing costs. That money is then deducted from the seller's proceeds and delivered to the real estate agents after the home sells. The commission is paid to the agent's brokerage, which is then distributed to the agent after closing. Some agents have to wait 2 to 3 weeks after closing to get paid. Personally, not me. I'm with Coldwell Banker, so we're good. Sometimes a disbursement authorization form is issued, permitting the closer to pay the agent directly at closing. Otherwise, the closer will write a check to the agent's brokerage. Then the agent will have their brokerage pay them later after they disperse the funds. Every real estate brokerage handles this process differently, sometimes extreme, in many cases the same. How much do real estate agents pay their brokerage? Every real estate agent's business model is structured differently with their brokerage. Some agents pay a flat fee per closing, while others may give more than half of their paycheck to their brokerages. Many real estate brokerages offer caps, allowing agents to keep 100% of their commissions after paying a certain amount. So basically, there's a bunch of different ways that real estate agents get paid, specifically in the way that you have structured your own and whatever you got yourself into. Personally, I'm with Coldwell Banker, so they do offer caps. Basically, what they want you to do is if you hit a specific amount of sales volume within a certain time frame, you get to up your keep, your percentage keep, while keeping theirs at a minimum. And in some cases, you can even keep 100% of your commission. But you have to be, actively making the caps. But you have to actively be making the caps. The 70-30 split between agent and real estate brokerage in the model above is the average estimate. If you find your agent through Zillow or work on a team, they may give up to 60% of their commission or more. Most independent real estate brokers keep 100% of their commissions. It is wise to know how much money your realtor is keeping. The more money they receive, the more motivated they are to help you. The most considerable expenses for realtors is typically the cost of finding new business. And let me tell you, I completely agree. Teams that provide leads to their agents charge the most money. Brokerages that do not offer anything charge the least. This is exceptionally true. If you're becoming a new real estate agent, you're going to find this out really quickly. And I wish somebody told me this when I was starting out. When it comes to a real estate brokerage, try to find somebody who's going to help you build your business model. Some real estate brokerages offer leads in return. Some offer office space. Some offer mentorship. Some offer all. Some offer none. The thing is, you have to find out what value you need at your current state in your business. At Coldwell Banker, we do pay an office desk fee that does include marketing, coaching, consulting, assistance, office space, and sometimes some of the most major cities. In my case, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, we got an office in downtown Milwaukee. Real estate agents who spend a lot of time creating content online to attract local clients can be some of the best realtors. They tend to avoid the pay-to-play lead generation model, so their fees are lower. They can be extra motivated to earn your favorable reviews online to keep their business healthy. It is also wise to make sure that your real estate agent is a member of the National Association of Realtors. Let's go, baby. The NRA. That's exactly it. Look, I am a member of the NRA. Look, just you want proof? Check out my look. Watch. You want proof of my look? NRA. That's right. How much money do realtors make per year? The average real estate agent makes around $66,000 per year, while the average income for all occupations is $53,000. Keep in mind that this is the average for all agents combined. In Colorado Springs, there are currently about 5,000 agents, and we only have about 1,000 transactions per month. The top producers make well over six-figure salaries. Realtors are self-employed independent contractors. They have no benefits and carry all of the legal liability of running a small business. At first glance, it can seem like realtors make a lot of money. This assumption is one of the primary reasons why many people get into the industry. Exactly. I thought it was going to be all, BMF. I thought it was going to be big money stacking, little baby yapping, you know what I mean? Just hella money clapping. Currently, active real estate licenses are at an all-time high. The truth is their take-home pay is only slightly higher than average. By the time you subtract your realtor's expenses from their commissions, there's not much money left. Overhead is the main threat to most real estate agents' businesses and for most small businesses. Realtors' expenses can make it extremely difficult to survive, and most people have no idea what the responsibilities of a realtor entail. A realtor's hourly rate can be less than minimum wage on some transactions. Let me tell you, yes, because it really depends, right? It really depends. When it comes to transactions that drag a lot, like let's say you're working with a buyer and you're driving around for almost 2 to 3 years, no, personal stuff included. It can definitely weigh out, and once you do the math and you come down to the hourly rate of how much you got paid for waiting that long, it comes down to less than minimum wage. That's true. That's a fact. I don't care what no one says. That's true. That's a fact. It's an exhausting job with a heavy compensation and high stakes scenarios. Roughly 80% of the real estate agents quit within their first year. Of the ones that make it, 80% will leave the industry in their second year. Being an agent is more intense and time consuming than most people realize. Yes, it is. Now, why do realtors charge so much? On the surface, 5 to 6% of the sales price seems like a lot of money. However, overall, after all the time and expenses it takes to sell a home, that commission is quickly diluted. An agent will spend many months working with the clients weekly before they ever get paid. People unfamiliar with the listing agent's job requirements often feel that they charge too much to sell a home. Most of the work that a realtor does will happen behind the scenes. They spend numerous hours coordinating with stagers, photographers, vendors, just to get the home listed and sold. When an agent lists a home in a hot market, they can expect to work for long hours for the next week. During this time, their days and nights are filled with phone calls, showing schedules, contracts, and more. The seller will see very little of this activity. Very true. And if you guys ever want to see some behind the scenes actual realtor work, or I'm actually doing realtor work that would pertain to doing real estate, let me know. A realtor will absorb the transaction's chaos and make it as smooth as possible for their client. They leave the impression that their job is easy, but their immediate family knows how hard an agent works, though. Yeah, very true. Anybody who's very close or is a family member of a realtor, you know how hard they work. Can a listing agent represent the buyer and seller? Yes, in most states, a listing agent can represent both buyer and the seller. This practice is called dual agency. Correct. Although an agent can legally represent both buyers on the home sale, it is a dangerous process. Dual agency is illegal in some states such as Alaska, Kansas, and Oklahoma because it may cause some problems. might be a little bit of a conflict of interest there. Now, to summarize the article, this article covers most of the common scenarios in which realtors get paid. There's still plenty of niche topics that we haven't covered, such as flat fee, part-time, and commercial realtors. You have it, the inside scoop on how real estate agents get paid and all the intricacies surrounding it. If you got questions, comments, or thoughts, make sure to share them in the comment section below. But that'll do it for today. If you're hungry for more real estate related content, feel free to check out the rest of the videos in the channel, subscribe, hit that notification bell to stay up to date. But until next time, your commissions be fat and deals be smooth.